All right, Southern Indiana, here we go. We got part two of the sermon that we had on Sunday, this short little series that I have, as we talked about godly families that must be led. We've been talking about families and trusting God with our families and the fact that we can trust God with our families, and He wants to bless us through family. And we talked in the last little short video about the need to understand that both roles are equal in importance. One is not dominant over the other, the male or the dad or the female, the mother. Both of them are equally important, carry equal weight, just like a barbell we're trying to lift. If one side has more weight than the other, it's a dysfunctional lift. But when it's equally distributed, both sides equal, then we can functionally lift that heavy weight, which we can agree raising a family in this world is a heavy weight to be lifted. But as long as both sides are balanced, everything is fine. And we're going to continue building the foundation of what a godly family looks like and leading that family in a functional way looks like by looking at Ephesians 5:31 through 33 just briefly, and that and the verse that we covered last time in Genesis 1:27. Those two combined will form the foundation that we need to then properly understand the biblical account of Samson's parents that we'll cover in the videos to come. So in Ephesians 5:31 and 33, it talks about a man leaving his father and mother and being joined to his wife, and that the two are united into one. Not two equal pieces, negotiating with each other, trying to get their way or trying to come to a compromise, but two actually becoming one is what it describes. And it does say this is a great mystery. It's not easy for us to understand, and quite frankly, we don't have to understand it. There's got to be a little bit of faith in these things somewhere. And so we can have faith that this is true even without being able to fully understand how it happens. And that's why the Bible says this is a great mystery, and it also demonstrates and represents Christ's relationship as one to His church. So it's pretty awesome how the Lord does this through His Word. And yes, the man is meant to love or lead his wife and the family by serving. Leading means serving, but that's not a dominant role over the wife, who must respect that husband as part of that equal process and coming together as one, which then enables us to supernaturally, through grace, properly lead a family in a godly fashion. And that's what Ephesians 5:31 through 33 is telling us. I invite you guys to study that a little bit when you have some time. And again, it's important to think of these things in a way that we can relate to, and that weighted barbell helps a lot. We talked last time about how taking a barbell off of a rack to lift it, if the weight is not equally distributed equally between the two sides, that things will be dysfunctional. It will not be easy to lift that weight. It will feel off, and it's clumsy. So it's important that we understand, just like in that demonstration, that the two parties in a godly family leading it, mother and father, are equally weighted on each side, even though the roles are different, just like the weight and the bar, opposite ends of the bar, two totally different sides. Both roles in leading a family can be opposite and different, but equally important. So if we understand that, and looking at the verses we just described here in Ephesians and Genesis, we lay the foundation for what we need to properly understand the biblical account we will cover in the next few videos coming up here. Well, I appreciate you for joining us today, and I hope that if you don't have a great church you belong to already and you're in the Southern Indiana or Louisville, Kentucky area, you'll think about joining us here at Covenant Life Church. We meet Sunday mornings at 10:30, 2326 Veterans Parkway, right next to River Valley Middle School in Southern Indiana in Jeffersonville. So hope to see you here someday. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.